Hey y'all, it's Dr. Tartt. Can we talk a little bit about marriage? But I want to talk about the good part of marriage. I want to talk about the marriages you don't see on social media. Yeah, we know about the 50% divorce rate, even inside the kingdom. We know about couples who are struggling that we see on who we see on reality TV and what we see in social media. But you know who you do not see represented in social media, and the research is showing it is impacting our perception about marriage, happily married couples. So the power couples. And since I'm talking to a community of faith, I'm talking specifically about power couples of faith. Hey, y'all, welcome. My name is Dr. Alduan, Tartt, Christian psychologist, and I want to talk to y'all today about changing the narrative around marriage. I want to tell you what works when it comes to how couples are able to go from um, being single and married to happily married to becoming a power couple of faith, meaning that they are intentional about building wealth, building intimacy, building togetherness, building legacy, having a strong marriage, balance, helping one another out and build and feeling the equity of marriage. Like real estate people get this, they get equity. You get equity in a property. But what about when there's equity in your marriage, meaning just being married produces fruit? So let me talk to you about the four things power couples of faith do, all right, to become awesome at marriage, to be part of that private, exclusive 50% or a large subset of the 50% of people who remain happily married that you never see on social media. A lot of married men are not on social media. They definitely don't post with their wives, and they definitely don't do videos like this. So let's go to the four things, and I'm going to invite you to a weekend for love. Go to aweekendforlove.com to find out about our exclusive event for couples. It's a marriage and wealth conference. All right. And retreat and vacation. So I want you to check it out. Go to weekendforlove.com. But let's talk about it. First, they consistently fellowship together. Couples who pray together stay together. So that means that they're intentional about making sure they're in connection with God together as a unit, right? So doing devotionals, reading the Bible, couples Bible studies, going to church, fellowshipping, praying together, fasting challenges. Do y'all get it? They're fellowshipping, to going on marriage retreats with other believers, being in small groups. These are y'all know what I'm talking about. But how often are we intentional about doing that for the lifetime consistently throughout our marriage? I can tell you that there are couples that say the thing that keeps their marriage together is that they know that they have to meet for their weekly Bible study, something that they put in place. And doing that Bible study is the connection to allow them to stay in focus and to be able to support one another's destinies as a unit. So that's the first challenge. Number two, couples build intimacy with a wealth of experiences. So they understand. So these power couples of faith understand that the currency in a marriage family is what? It's love. It's emotions. It's good feelings. I feel good about being married to you. I'm satisfied, ecstatic at being married to you, right? And vice versa. It's mutual satisfaction. How do we do that? We build a wealth of experiences. They have consistent date nights. They go on honeymoon, sometimes multiple vacations during the year if they have an opportunity. They put their marriage first because they realize that's the base before the marriage came. All right, more times than not, then the family was built and then all these other businesses. But if you lose the marriage, you lose everything. So they understand, let's make sure that our marriage stays strong with a wealth of experiences, doing things, dates, experiences, cooking classes, all these different things you hear couples do. They do that on a regular basis so that their marriage can feel good. Number three, what is the big one? They honor one another's dreams. So they actually sit down and they say, who is it that you are becoming individually and who are we becoming collectively? What can I do to support your dreams? Like what does God call you to do? What is that you want to do? Okay, so you want to put on a fitness event that helps uh, women of color have better health. because women don't take care of their health because they're taking care of everyone else. Okay, that's my wife's life dream. I'm gonna support that. All right, she might ask me what I want to do. You know what? I want to do media in a big way that brings Christian psychology front and center and heals people. Okay, so my wife will support that, and we come together and figure out how do you support those separate things, and then in the right timing and do it together, and still make sure that our marriage flourishes. How can and that's two is better than one, for they get better return for their labor. That's Ecclesiastes 4 verse 9. So that means that if I give you 100% of my support and resources, you have double that of a single person because they just have their own. So how can we support one another with resources, prayer, support by holding it down with other household experiences while you build your dreams, and then also building our dreams together and collectively? I hope y'all are getting this. And then number 4, they intentionally plan legacy. So couples who are successful, people who are successful, have their lives planned out, sometimes 3, 5, some people even have their whole life planned out. So when it comes down to their parents getting older, they've already set aside money for great senior living, right? Or for being able to support them with building a wing to the house, or being able to renovate the basement, or being able to have a guest house. I'm just being honest. I'm talking about power couples of faith, being able to put their kids in the best schools, being able to work less and have more balance, to be able to just enjoy more life. They're intentional about building that legacy. They talk about real estate. They talk about investments. They talk about when they will pivot out of corporate America, or using corporate America to be able to build wealth, and legacy planning for being present with all of their kids, or if you have no kids, being able to volunteer and doing the things in the community that you're called to do. So when you do those things, when you do those 4 things, consistently fellowship together, build intimacy with the wealth of experiences so that you can feel good about your marriage. 3, honor one another's dreams and intentionally plan legacy. You're going to be a power couple, right? And so we have a conference specifically for power couples of faith called aweekendforlove.com, happening September to October 2nd. It is almost fully sold out. It is where you build wealth. It is where you build intimacy. It is where you build health. We have health experts coming in, wealth experts coming in, intimacy experts coming in for our nightcap, to be able to build strong marriage that lasts the test of time. So it's exclusive. It's only for 75 power couples of faith. We want you to join us. Check out aweekendforlove.com. And to join my email list, just text. You can read. You know what to do. Just text 22828 to enter Tartt to join the email list to learn more about who we have coming speaking. But I'm gonna tell you right now. Right now we have Egypt and Fidelf coming, from married to real estate. Yes. So how do you have separate brands and be successful? Have young kids and older kids, and then come together to create a brand on television for speaking engagements, endorsements, Instagram posts, and money monetizing your. You're gonna learn that from them. And then we have Reverend Jamal Miller and Natasha Miller. I'm so excited about them. They went from 0 figures. They said we're gonna go all in to 8 figures in 7 years, right? Just helping out couples and building a brand and talking about, how to use the media to tell your story. And they have they have separate brands and a collective brand. And 2 young girls and 2 dogs. This is crazy. We have Derico and Michelle coming in, our intimacy experts. We have so many, and I'm just gonna just start giving you just more and more guests who are coming to be able to pour into you. So I'm excited. I hope that you join us there. But even if you can't join us there, what I want you to do is I want you to do these 4 things. I want you to do these 4 things, and I want you to implement them in your marriage. I want you to implement them so that you can be a power couple of faith. All right. I was able to pull it up. All right. Let me show you this. Let me show you who's coming, because I'm excited about it. Oh, there it is. You already see it. All right. So there's Egypt and Mike Sherrod, right? And then there's Jamal and Natasha Miller. And then there's Michelle and Derico. And then here's Dr. Jada Moore Ruffin, one of the top weight loss experts in the country, talking about getting your weight together. Y'all know what that means. Body mass index means a lot, right? And then we have Dr. Barbara Joy Jones Parks, one of the top primary care physicians in the country. She's also a model. I mean, there's just so many amazing people. Of course, my wife and I are speaking, and then Dwayne and Michelle Gainey, the other co-hosts for A Weekend for Love, are speaking and talking about how to maintain legacy and hosting you all. So we're excited. Make sure y'all check out aweekendforlove.com. We'd love to have you. And make sure you do those 4 things to build yourself up as a power couple of faith. Oh my goodness, so that you can have marital equity. And even if you're engaged, build it right way early on. Take care. God bless. See you at A Weekend for Love.